Hi everyone, today we're going to discuss about AI-driven product management. And so I'm going to be talking with my colleague Hayden Carson, who is one of our best experts in product management. And in particular, we will dive in the topic of user stories, like how to use AI to write wonderful user stories. Let's see a bit in more details what we're going to see. First, we will see how you can generate user stories in VS Code. So we can see more and more product managers using VS Code to generate user stories. So we'll see how this can be done. And then we will see that, as usual, using the default context in GitHub Copilot is limited. So we will see how we can customize. We will then teach Copilot how to write a good user story. And to finish, we will see something which is a bit magic to me, which is basically how you can just prompt directly in VS Code and ask it to connect to Jira and create user stories for you without you being on Jira. Okay, so this is something that Hayden is going to demonstrate. Okay, let's go.
Hi, Michael. Thanks for having me. So today we'll be talking about how to create good quality user stories using Copilot. We'll be doing this with the background of Michael's Pet Clinic application that he's so kindly provided to us to use for this. And we need to enhance it in ways to make it actually more usable. At the moment, there's no way to actually create a new visit or even edit any of the existing visits. So that's the features we're going to be asking our developers to implement. Now, the way we do that is by creating user stories. Over in Copilot, which is an interface for allowing us to interact with an AI agent, we're able to prompt it to create user stories based on the existing context. This has the context of the application, so we're able to simply ask the following. Create the user story to implement the visits creation, updating for past and future visits, placing each story in a separate file. What this will do is it will go away and create the list of user stories. Okay, now it has completed that user story creation and placed them in the user story directory. So let's go see how it did. So it's created some quite extensive requirements here using a role with a goal and a benefit with some acceptance criteria. Now, the reason why you might want to be using Copilot for this is that maybe this is the best tool you have access to with the most models, or you want it to be context aware with your code base. Now, one downside here is that it doesn't really have what I would call a good story structure. It's far better than having no story structure or just having a one-line user story in your backlog, which I'm sure many of you have seen and may be guilty of doing at one time or another. This acceptance criteria is potentially overly verbose and not very structured. So with some proper guidance to the agent, we can do a better job with this. So for now, I'll go over to a different branch. This is GitHub Desktop, which allows me to go to different branches of the code and check out one where I've already created some of this guidance. So this guidance specifically is as a set of writing guides. These writing guides are the best practices for writing stories and also product requirements documents. These are put together manually by myself because I'm particular and want my stories done in a certain way, as many of us do. And I've documented out those rules specifically. This is something all of us do intrinsically already. So the rules being story splitting, making sure that each story is vertical, front and back end together to deliver. Atomic, so that each story can be delivered on its own without requiring multiple story coordination. Block is aside. Size, each one being small enough to be completed within a sprint, so no build the entire feature stories. The content of the stories. So there's a specific template which many of us use already or very similar to, with the user story, acceptance criteria, screenshots, the definition of done, and notes. Many people get confused on what the definition of done means. I'll be talking about that specifically in a bit. So to start with, the user story. This is the very typical, which most of you will be familiar with, the as a, I want, so that layout of a user story. Specifically, I've added some extra rules to ensure that the agent is creating good user story formats. Never using user as the user type. It's not specific and doesn't tell us who is intended to use this feature. And instead of saying I want feature, saying I want to do something. I want to add a pet. I want a pet management page is a poor example. A good example is I want to register the details of my pet. I want to update the details of my pet. The business value is the measurable outcome of the implementation. Acceptance criteria in the Gherkin format, the given, when, and then format, which creates an atomic, which also be not using any ands or ors, creates an atomic unit which can be individually measured as completed or not completed, and gives clear details on the action that the user should be taking with this feature. Also making sure that it doesn't create too many acceptance criteria, overwhelming the developers or the story with too many different things that it needs to do. Often ends up with feature bloat and code bloat that hinders performance of the feature. Screenshots, self-explanatory. If there are any UI designs, UX designs from Figma or from the design team to be added, because a picture really does tell 1,000 words. Good acceptance criteria is good, but a great screenshot is great. And the definition of done. This encapsulates ensuring all the acceptance criteria met, but also ensuring that the developers are writing tests for all the code and that they're passing all of those tests. That the code is actually committed to the repository and it's verified as working in a test environment. So you don't have the developer saying, but it worked on my machine. This is part of the process of the story being done. And of course, writing the documentation. Now, let's see with this context how the agent does with creating the stories this time around. So I'll create a blank context so it doesn't get confused and ask it to do the exact same thing. And we'll be right back once it finishes doing this. Okay, and we're back. That's now created these stories. Let's see how it did. So, the first story, creating a visit. As a non-just bland user, I want to create a new visit to record for a pet so that I can document a consultation. So, as a, I want so that format, using not a simple user type and giving specific action. Acceptance criteria in the given, when, then format. No more than 5. It's followed the instructions well. Obviously, we didn't provide it with any UI designs. And the definition of done able to be checked off here at the end. Also, it's added an extra note on its own that it's determined is important for the story. Really briefly looking at the others, update and update future. I am quite happy with these. So now we'll put these in our ticket management software. Many of you are very familiar with Jira. So we want to have the work that we've done linked up with our Jira. That, thankfully, is quite simple as asking it to put these new tickets into Jira, log their story ID back against the markdown files so that it can reference it in the future. Okay, and we'll be back once it has completed that. All right, it's now completed that. Let's go see how they look in Jira. Give it a second to update or give it a refresh. And these are our 3 tickets that it's just created. This is a small feature that's very straightforward, but this process also works for larger feature sets. We can see that the ticket itself has gotten all of its fields from the story. So the as a I want so that user story, the acceptance criteria in Gherkin format, the lack of screenshots in this case, and the definition of done to make sure that this work is actually completed. Okay. And then even from there, it can be moved on to be implemented by a developer. Thank you.